Let's get started, shall we? Hello my goodies, welcome back to my channel. It is your good gal Adore. I am back for another video, and child, today is a juicy video, long awaited story time that I've been wanting to share for a long while. Not even a long while, I actually wanted to just let it simmer a little bit before I even shared it because it's a lot. I don't even know how I'm going to start. Where do I even start when it comes to this story, because it's just a lot. And just to show you guys how much I'm going to be sharing, I had to make notes because I do not want to miss out on any important details or information. Story time, because y'all need to hear everything. Well, not everything, because I really can't just talk about everything, but I have to definitely let you guys know the key moments and key things for this story time, child. Before we even get into this video, I just want to state a few things. So I know after I put out this video, I'm going to have people in the comments giving their opinions, giving their think pieces, letting me know everything they want me to know about how I should have handled the situation, how I shouldn't have even got into this situation. Listen guys, I know, please don't go too hard on me, because I know. Definitely should have seen all the red flags and ran, but disclaimer, I did not stay in this relationship for a very long time. This relationship was literally 3 months. Like, in the span of 3 months, all of this stuff has happened. It's not like I stayed with this man for a very long time. It was literally 3 months, and I went through so much in that short space of time. When I saw the red flags really flagging, I definitely got out real quick. Another thing, yeah, you guys know I already did a whole story time about my previous ex that passed away, and you guys were like, oh my gosh, like, girl, thanking the Lord that I got out of that situation. And yes, I know you guys are probably looking at this title, and after watching this story time, you guys are probably going to be like, girl, how the hell did you get yourself into another crazy situation like this? And honestly, I can't even tell you. I do not know how I got myself into the situation, but like I said, it was not a long relationship. I got out pretty quickly. I probably should have left like within the first month, but I think 3 months was fair, and I got out pretty swiftly, and I thank God for that, because when I saw all the red flags, I was just like, yeah, I can't do this. So I'm just gonna stop all the long talking and just jump into this story time. So guys, brace yourselves, grab your snacks, your popcorn, your drinks, whatever you need to get cozy, because this is going to be one hell of a story. So boom. Oh, how I met PSYCH0. So for this story time, his name is going to be PSYCH0. I had another name in mind, but I do not want to offend a certain community of people, so I'm just gonna leave it as PSYCH0. So how I met PSYCH0. Him in the summer of 2022. I was invited to his birthday party that he was having in some far out place in Quebec at a cottage, and I was actually invited by one of his friends that also liked me. The friend that invited me to PSYCH0's birthday party, me and him talked a little bit during that summer, well, before summer came. Another thing, guys, I wanted to be single that summer of 2022 because I knew that I wanted to be outside a little bit. This was like right after lockdown and COVID. So that was like one of the first summers where everything really started opening up. You know, outside was exciting. Like that summer, so much stuff was happening. Basically, I said to myself, let's just stay single this summer and like, you know, just have fun, clean fun. Don't think dirty out. I wasn't trying to be a thought or nothing. Mine, like, I really wanted to just have a little roster and like, you know, just go on dates, have fun. No, I didn't want anything serious, honestly, that summer. I really just wanted to focus on myself and stay single. But sadly, that did not happen. I ended up getting trapped into this situation, but anyways, I don't want to get too ahead of myself. So Psycho's friend ended up inviting me to Psycho's birthday party. Like I said, me and the friend, we started talking for a little bit and we ended up going on one date, and I just wasn't really into him. So the one date was good enough for me. I saw all that I can see and I was just like, you know what, I'll just keep him as a friend. He ended up inviting me to Psycho's birthday party, and he also invited a few of my other friends. So I ended up actually going to the party with my friend Gigi. If you guys watch my channel, or like really watch my channel, you guys know Gigi already, a few of my videos. So yeah, shout out to you, girl. Yeah, me and my friend ended up going to Psycho's birthday party, which was in June. So literally the next day after we left the party, the next day I ended up posting a few pictures, because before everybody started coming to the party, I wanted to like get some nice pictures in, because like I felt like my outfit was really cute. You know, I just was feeling cute that day and decided to take a few snaps and take a few pictures and post it onto my story. So I ended up posting it onto my story, and lo and behold, who is in my DMs? Psycho. So Psycho responded to my story saying how beautiful I looked and this and that, and I thanked him. I was like, oh, thank you, that's so nice, whatever. From that, moving forward, he basically got into like thanking me for coming to his party and all this stuff. When I looked into the DMs, I didn't realize that Psycho tried to reach out to me a few times, like probably a year before. I didn't even realize like he was in my DMs before. Not to even be big-headed, but I do get a lot of guys DM me, and I do get a lot of guys try to message me. So I can't really, like, I don't always remember who was in my DMs or who tried to talk to me, unless you're like super persistent, because I do have those guys that are very consistent on like messaging me. Like if I post a story, I'll have like a few guys that are like really consistent, like I will know them by heart, like they will always like my stuff or always message me if I post something. Those guys, like he literally messaged me like probably like 2 times in the past, and I probably hearted it or something. Like I didn't say anything or comment or reacted to it. So after him thanking me for coming to his party and stuff, we ended up messaging and stuff, and you know, that is basically what initiated like us starting to get to know each other. Also, when he messaged me, he basically, after he thanked me for showing up to his party and coming to his party, he basically confessed to me that the whole time at the party he had so much anxiety trying to get the courage to talk to me. I felt like he liked me or was doing things to like show him or show some type of attention, but yeah, apparently he had anxiety the whole time. He told me how he was like telling his friends. He even told some of his family members that was there that he really wants to talk to me, but he just doesn't know how to start the conversation or, you know, initiate a conversation with me. So, you know, when he told me that, I was flattered. I was like, okay. Like, I know already I'm pressure, but like a guy having anxiety to talk to me, like that's when you know you pressure, when niggas be scared to even approach you. But you know, that's the usual. Me and him like basically message each other through DMs, We then exchanged numbers and we basically started talking. Really, within a week's time of like messaging each other, talking on the phone and all that stuff, asked me to go on a date with him. So he asked me what days am I available. I told him the day that I was available, and then he was like, okay, I want to take you out that day. So boom, literally within a week we went on the date. And literally, like, the first date, it was a vibe. I'm not gonna lie. We got along very well in the beginning, so that's kind of what drew me basically be in some type of relationship with him. Here's the thing, I did not expect to actually get into a relationship like after going on a date. I really was just trying to like just date, like, you know, get to know each other for however long until, you know, it fizzles out or whatever. I don't know, like, y'all probably gonna cuss me or something, or say like, girl, you should never date a man so soon, but we basically ended up dating or getting into some type of relationship after that time. I don't want to backtrack, but like, I really should have stayed single. That's all I could say. Like, I really should have stayed single that summer, because I did like have other people that I was talking to at the time. I had one guy that I really did like in that moment, but he was in another city. That's kind of why I didn't really like want to take that too seriously. But for some reason, I just ended up in a relationship with PSYCH0. I don't even know, like, honestly, how it even happened was like a blur when I think about it. Like, it really was a blur. Like, it just came out of nowhere, and I just was like, okay, whatever. So I didn't really think anything of it, but child, I should have just kept my ass single that summer and just enjoy having a hot girl summer. Before we even got into the relationship, red flag number one. Red flag number one, why I shouldn't have gotten a relationship with this guy. I know you guys are gonna be like, you can't base dating somebody off of that, but y'all, first things first, he was a Gemini. I know I'm gonna have a lot of Geminis come in the comments saying like, I'm not like that, blah 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 blah. Trust me, I know not everybody is all the same. Like, we're not all the same. We should not base our personality types on a astrological sign. But when I tell you, not only was this man a Gemini, his birthday was the same exact day as my mom's ex-husband, which was my stepfather, and I cannot stand that man. So that was red flag number one, because you already share the birthday of somebody I really do not like. Second red flag, he was, and like I said, I don't want nobody in the comments that is from these countries to cuss me or say anything, like, because I'm not trying to insult you guys' ethnicity or nothing, because, you know, people could say a lot of things about Jamaicans and stuff. But second red flag, he was Haitian and Vincey's from St. Vincent. If you guys know, y'all will know, Haitian and St. Vincent men are one of the craziest men you could ever deal with. And this man was both in one. And on top of that, he was a Gemini. Y'all, when I say I was literally asking for trouble being with this man. So that right there, I should have, you know, been a little bit more cautious, but I wasn't, because like I said, I did not want to judge him on those things. It definitely rang the alarm in my head, like, okay, I have to watch out for this one just in case, because I'm stepping on very dangerous territory right now. So he tells me stuff, like, before we even got in a relationship, he told me about his situation, like, First of all, he was a baby daddy. That was red flag number 3. So y'all, I am literally on what, red flag number 4. This man was a baby daddy, so he did have a child. But like I said, I did not want to judge him because he was of age. Like, the man was 28, I was 24, I believe. So he was like 4 years older than me. Most guys that by that age, you know, usually have children. Not all, but you know, nowadays that is to be expected. If a guy has a child by the age of 25 and up, like, that's usually normal. He only had 1 child, so I didn't really see it as a big red flag. It was kind of a red flag for me because I do not have any children. And my dog I call my son, but I do not have like an actual child, like an actual human child. Also, I didn't really see it as an issue because he didn't have like any relationship with his BM. She lived like in a whole other city away, and they did have a bad breakup. So, you know, she was not like really in his life. But I did ask him like questions like, okay, since your BM is so far away, like, do you spend time with your child? Because one thing about me, like, even if I don't have any children, I want to make sure the person that I'm with, like, if they do have a child, like, they are very present in that child's life, and you know, they take care of their responsibility. Because I don't want to be with no bummy BD, okay? I later then found out he was. But yeah, like, I don't like men that neglect their children. Like, that is a very big red flag for me. Like, I believe if you have a child, you must take care of your child and make sure your child is good and has everything the child needs. So he made it clear to me that, you know, he has no relationships with her, but he does take care of his son. Like, when she is in town, he spends time with his son. And he also told me, guys, keep this in mind, he also told me that he gives her money every month. Another thing, he was living at home. I am in no room to judge people that still live at home with their parents, because I also live at home with my parents, because I am single. And you know, the way life is expensive right now, and the way a recession is beating our asses right now, I do not feel the need to move out until I am married. That's my thought process. Like, I am not moving out until I am married, because why put myself in more debt or put myself in a situation when I am comfortable at home? I know some people don't have the luxury of, or like have the privilege of having parents that they could still be at home with, but I do. Me and my mother have a great relationship. My mother is literally my best friend, so I just don't feel the need to like leave home right now. So the main reason why he even lived at home with his mom still was because he previously, his ex, that he was with a few months before he met me, lived with each other, but you know, he broke up with her, or they broke up, and he ended up just going back home. So right now, he is not really, like I said, he was not really a good candidate to get myself in a relationship with. But like I said, I just don't know how I even got myself in this relationship, but I did. And I guess that's my bad for, you know, getting with somebody that, you know, had all these things going on. For the people that gonna comment like, oh, why did you get in a relationship with him? Like, you've seen all the red flags and blah, blah, blah. Girl, I don't know. I just ended up in a relationship with this man. I don't know why. We all do some stuff. Like, stop acting like y'all perfect, because I know a lot of y'all get yourselves in situations that you guys did not sign up for, but it just happens. So life happens. I'm in my 20s, like we all make mistakes, so please don't judge me, okay? So basically 1 month into dating this man, everything was cool. Everything seemed like we had a time thing. We did do like a lot of things together. Like we went out, you know, we just did a lot of things together. So that's what I enjoyed the first month. But I did start seeing the red flags within the first month. I'm not even gonna lie. One red flag that definitely stood out to me in the first month was how jealous he was. I know a little jealousy is not bad, because obviously you want your man to be a little territorial over you. His territorialness came with attitude. Like he would catch a huge attitude. Like if I say I want to go out, like for example, one of my friends ended up coming down to visit me from Toronto and spend basically a few days with me, and the whole time she came to visit, like I felt like he had a whole attitude. Like he was so moody. So I was just like, what is wrong with this guy? Like this is not going good. Like it's the first month, like you should not be doing all of that. But I was like, okay, I guess because I'm no longer going out or hanging out with him as much, he felt a way about it. But I was just like, what is wrong with this man? Why is he doing all this? Like another thing I started seeing within the first month of dating this man is the toxic relationship he had with his mother. In my head, I was just like, oh my god, like don't tell me history is repeating itself. Because if you guys watch my boyfriend from hell story, you know that my ex from that story, he also had a very toxic relationship with his mother. His mother was a Gemini, and PSYCHO's mother was also a Gemini. So I was like, oh my gosh, like is this a pattern? Like why am I getting these type of guys with like these same toxic type of mothers? In PSYCHO's case, his mother wasn't as toxic. Like she was toxic, trust me, she was toxic, but her toxicity was just in a different form. But I was just like, oh my gosh, like what is it with me and these men with like these mommy issues? Like I just need a break. Like I need a break. So yeah, like I said, the first month I started noticing the little situation between him and his mother, because the days me and him weren't like together, he would like message me and tell me like, oh, how his mom is like treating him away, or like she's yelling at him, or she's getting at him for some reason. Like it was a little, they were always bickering about something. But I was just like, oh my gosh, like I can't even be bothered. Like obviously I was like, okay, like I understand, like whatever, but I was just like, oh my gosh, not this again. Like I really can't deal with this again. Y'all, this is where shit starts to hit the fan. Well, the second month rolled in, and when I tell you, this second month of dating this man, I went through so many emotions. July hits. First week of July, he decides that he wants to throw another event at the same cottage that he had his birthday party at. His Italian friends, like he owned a cottage, like his family owned a cottage, so that was the house that he was using for his birthday party. So he basically said that he wants to throw another event there. I think it was for Canada Day. We get everything planned out, like we buy the stuff and everything. I invite my friends, he invites some of his friends, and you know, we get there. We had a nice time, you know, everything was good. We were actually meant to spend the whole weekend there, but something ended up happening later that night between his friend's girlfriend and him, because he started dating this new girl as well. So she came to the party. She came in cool, like she was a cool girl at first, and as the night went on and this girl started having a few drinks in her system, she became a whole life weirdo. Like, I honestly think she was racist, because she was white, so I think she was racist, and her racism just started unleashing as she had more liquor in her system, and she ended up saying some very inappropriate things to PSYCH0 and like the other people that were there. And we were like, yeah, nah, we are not spending the whole weekend here, we're just going to leave. So we ended up leaving. So we ended up going back to his house, which is his mother's house. So we get to his place. The next day rolls in. PSYCH0's mother had this boyfriend who would like help her out with the house and stuff, but PSYCH0 did not like the boyfriend for many reasons, and his reasons were very valid. PSYCH0's mother's boyfriend comes to the house. He starts mowing the lawn, and at this time we are like sleeping. We are currently sleeping, and you know, he's blasting music hella loud. He's mowing the lawn hella loud, and I told PSYCH0 to like let it go, like it's not that serious, because he started getting pissed. Like, we were sleeping, but he was starting to get irritated. Like, he was like, yo, this guy needs to turn on his music or something, like he's doing too much. And I was just like, you know what, leave it alone, like it's not that serious, you do not have to do anything, like just leave it alone. So he decides to just let it go. So then we hear PSYCH0's mother come outside to speak to the boyfriend or say something to the boyfriend. She was either saying something to the boyfriend, like she was asking him a question or what it was, but she said something to the boyfriend, and all we hear is the boyfriend like yell at her, like straight out disrespect her. And PSYCH0 has told me like, oh, my mother's boyfriend, he's very disrespectful. Like he's warned me that, you know, that's the main reason why he does not like him. He warned me that is the reason why he does not like the man, because he feels that the guy is very disrespectful to his mother. I understood completely, because why the hell would you like anybody that disrespects your parent? We end up hearing the boyfriend disrespect the mother. Like, he said something, like he spoke to her so disrespectful, and that's when PSYCH0 got like real pissed. Like, that's when he got up and was like, no, I'm gonna say something to this guy, because how dare he like disrespect my mother like that, like what the hell. I'm just like, oh my gosh, like this, like I knew right there and then that that was not a good idea, and like I don't think it's going to end well. But I was just like, okay, whatever. I was really tired, especially how we came in like super late from the night before. He goes upstairs and confronts the boyfriend. So I could hear like all this ruckus outside. So I'm starting to panic, like, what's going on? So all I hear is like a thump, and I start hearing all this commotion outside. I'm just like, what the hell is going on? So PSYCH0 comes downstairs back to the room, and he's like, yo, he's freaking out. Like, this man's panicking, like he's pacing back and forth. He's like, yo, like when I tell you, it was a mad house. Like, it literally went super left out of nowhere. He goes back upstairs, and I'm like going after him. I'm like, what the hell is going on? Like, I don't know what's going on. Even his little brother comes out of his room and is like, what the hell is going on? And the boyfriend is like cussing. He's like, he needs to leave. Like, madhouse. Like, it's literally war. PSYCH0, he like punched the hell out of the boyfriend. So the boyfriend got super pissed. Like, he was telling the mother like, he needs to leave, he needs to leave, like he don't do nothing, like he needs to go. And the mother's like literally panicking, like she's like telling her boyfriend like don't go, and then she's telling Psycho like just go, just leave. I'm just like, what the hell is going on? Like this is so embarrassing. Like I did not sign up for this, like especially in the new month. Like I'm just like, what is going on? Like this is a lot. Long story short, because if I go into detail with everything, it'll just drag on this story longer than it should. His mother ends up kicking him out because of the altercation with him and the boyfriend. Yes, very messed up. Like when I tell you, these mothers, a lot of these mothers need to do better. That's another thing. Let me just state this before we continue with the story. A lot of these mothers are failing their boy children. It's like they damage their sons and then push them out in the world for us women to now deal with them. I find it to be so wrong, because it's like you created the monster and now you do not want to deal or handle the monster that you created. That's exactly how his mother was. Like she caused this boy so much damage, like mentally. She really emotionally damaged this boy, and witnessing her literally throw this boy out of her house because he was defending her against her boyfriend that was disrespecting her. After that situation happened, he did tell me like, this is not the first time she's done this. Like my mom has chosen men over me my whole entire life. And when he told me that, it really broke my heart. Like I was just like, wow, this is so sad. Like I did not sign up for this, like, but this situation is so sad because you see it so much. You see it so many times. Like a lot of these women will literally neglect their boy children and then throw them out there in the world for other people to deal with them. And it's just like, basically she threw him out. She threw him out the house and chose her boyfriend over him. And he basically had to then move in with his friend. Luckily, he did have a friend, because honestly, he was not going to stay with me. Sorry, not sorry, because I did not sign up for all this. Because I'm not a messed up person, because I know a lot of people would be like, I would have left that nigga right there and blah, 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 blah. Like, I could have did that. I definitely could have went that route and just left him to deal with his issue. But I felt really bad. I was like, yeah, this is really messed up. So I stuck beside him for that time. He ended up moving in with his friend because his friend had a pretty big house and it was just him living there by himself. And that was one of his like really close friends. He moves in with the friend and basically stays there until he gets himself his own place. So if that drama wasn't enough, literally the second week in July, I am at home. I was literally in my mother's room. We were talking, chit-chatting, whatever. And I literally get a phone call stating that my ex, the one that I made the ex-boyfriend from Hell Story, has passed away. Y'all, when I tell you, life was definitely lifing at that moment. It's like, yeah, this was not what I signed up for. This was not on my 2022 bingo card. And when I tell you, I was so emotional, like, y'all, even though that man put me through so much, that it really did something to me, like emotionally and spiritually. I was just like, oh my gosh. What made it worse was that I got a video from his father. It was basically his, like, when his mother and his sister found him like dead. I was so broken up. Like, that video alone just broke me all the way up. Like, I did not expect to have to actually witness. Like, it's already bad enough you're hearing that somebody that you were with has passed away, but to actually see the video of him like just lifeless was just, it was just a lot. It was a lot for me, and I was messed up, honestly. After this situation, I felt like I should have probably just broke up with this man. It showed me so much, because I was so emotional that time, and this man did not show any sympathy or empathy towards me. He was just so stuck on like me crying over an ex that he just did not feel the need to like really emotionally support me. Like, instead of emotionally supporting me, he literally like was being distant. Like, he was just moving so weird, and it was so disgusting. Like, when I tell you, I was literally crying in front of this man, and like he just had no reaction at all. And when I witnessed that, I tell you, my tears literally dried right back up. Like, they went right back into my eyeballs and dried right back up, because I was just like, wow. When I tell you, in that moment, he showed me exactly who he was. And I don't know, I feel like I was just going through so many emotions that I was not, like, even though I was physically present, I was mentally not present in the moment. So I just didn't know how to like just walk away from that situation. And then to make it worse, like, he's going through his thing. So I was just like, yeah, I just didn't know what to do. So if you think me finding out about my ex passing away was crazy, he then gets news that his grandfather passed away. After I got the news about my ex, he then gets news that his grandfather has passed away. Y'all, when I tell you, like, July was a very eventful month. It was a very emotional and just emotional roller coaster month. And at the time, his grandmother was also very sick. It was just a lot, honestly. Like, me and him were going through a lot emotionally, just a lot. He gets that news, he's like super broken up about it, like he's crying and stuff. But like I said, he wasn't there for me emotionally, so I wasn't, not that I wasn't present for him, but I was just not giving him that much grace either. I was numb, honestly. I was really numb. Like, it took me a while to even go back to like being my normal self. During that time, I ended up making a story, not that time, but like probably a few weeks after, I did make the story time about my ex. Even in that video, like, see myself, like, I was just not emotionally, like, mentally I was not there. Even though I was telling the story, I was definitely not myself. This is where more things start to, you know, unfold, and, you know, I'm starting to see even more weird things, uncomfortable things that really are starting to make my tin hat tingle. Also, this was not the grandfather on his mother's side. During this time, he was not speaking to his mother whatsoever after she kicked him out the house. By the way, his father was the Haitian one, his mother was Vinci, the Saint Vincent. I already knew some of his cousins on his mom's side, because like a few of them went to school with me. A few of them I knew from like before, but they were people that I didn't really communicate with. But like his patients, I never met these people before. So this is when he basically introduces me to his family, and you know, I start to see his family dynamic on his father's side. Another thing, Psycho did not have a good relationship with his father. His father, he was basically like a deadbeat father. Like, he had a whole bunch of kids that he really didn't take care of. Like, the father was just very reckless and all over the place. He was a very unstable man. But obviously, because now his father has passed away, he has to be more present. He introduces me to his father's side of the family, and you know, they're all really nice to me. They were very welcoming. They were actually shocked. Like, they had this way, like, they can't believe he pulled a girl like me, which says a lot, because if your family doesn't even think you're worthy of somebody, then you should take that as a sign. And they had this way, like, they couldn't believe like he actually pulled a girl like me, because from his previous dating history, it doesn't look like he had very good pickings when it comes to women. So yeah, they were very welcoming to me. You know, they were cool. He started, I just started feeling like, but he was just forcing his family. I feel like it was just too soon, but I know because of the circumstances why I kind of had to meet the family or be around the family more. The first time, like when his grandfather passed away, that wasn't like, those weren't the first time meeting the family. Like, I actually met them like probably like the first month of us dating, just because they were having some type of event. Once his grandfather passed, that's when he really started to like having me around his family more, like, because they kept having like events up until the funeral. Like, even after the funeral, like, they kept having like get-togethers and family gatherings and stuff. So, but I just felt like he was trying to force his family onto me, and it was kind of making me uncomfortable, because even though his family was cool and stuff, like, I just felt like this disconnect. And not only that, I do speak French, but Haitians speak Creole, and Creole is like broken French, and I really don't know much Creole, like, honestly, because I don't really hang out with like many Haitians. Obviously in my city, we are like, there's predominantly like mostly Haitians and Africans, but like, I do not hang out with like many Haitians, so I do not know Creole. I probably know like a few words. So when they would speak and stuff in Creole, like, it just made me very uncomfortable, because I would like be sitting there like not knowing what the hell they're saying, what the hell they're talking about. They could probably be talking about me for all I know, and I just wouldn't know anything, because I don't know what the hell they're saying. And another thing, these family events, this is when I would just hear the most disturbing things sometimes. I know in the Haitian culture, many Haitians believe in voodoo, and you know, that's their religion, that's what they practice, that's what they believe. Me as a Christian girl that believes in Jesus Christ Almighty, hearing those things is kind of disturbing. A lot of times when I would be with his families, they would like make little jokes about like doing voodoo on people and like laughing about it. Even like one time, one of the kids were playing around, like they were like one of them was chasing after the other, and like blur out like, oh, stop playing with me before I get my mom to do voodoo on you. Like, hearing these people talk about it so casually was just it just didn't sit well with my spirit, especially the type of person I am. Like, it just didn't sit well with me. And like, when I mentioned that to him, because you know, I was just like whoa, like, why are they like, is this a thing? Like, why are they just casually talking about voodoo like this? He told me like one of his aunties like back home, like one of the aunties that I met back home, she was like considered a witch doctor or whatever. So like, okay, yeah, I don't know about that one, but you know, I tried not to judge people, but yeah, I had a little judgy moment in that moment. Basically, once his grandfather passed away, that's when I really started seeing the behavior changes. It wasn't as nice. In the beginning, he started catching an attitude all the time, very abruptly, and I just found myself not enjoying being around him as much. So if you think all of that went on wasn't enough, third week or the fourth week in July, I ended up going to work because I had to work. Went to one of my clients' homes and did their hair, and when it was time for me to go back to my car and go home, my car stops working. So if all of what has happened wasn't enough, having car problems was literally the cherry on top. I literally was in my car having a mental breakdown. Actually, I had the breakdown of my life in my car because on top of everything, having car problems is like one of the worst problems to have. I was just like, I can't, like, this can't be happening to me right now. Like, this is just too much. He just made it worse. Like, y'all, when I say he just added to the stress, because I called him and he wasn't answering at first. To text him like, you know, it's emergency, like, stop playing with me right now, like, I'm not playing. So he calls back and he's like, oh, what's wrong? Like, what's wrong, babe? Car problem, the car won't start. And he's like, what do you mean the car won't start? And I'm like, the car won't start, like, what the hell? Like, the car is not starting right now. He's like what's happening right now? I'm like, I don't know, like, the thing is, like, it's just not starting right now. Like, the thing won't budge. Like, the wheel was literally stuck, and I was parked literally on like a hill in like a super weird position. So I'm like, even if I get like someone to come help me or get a tow truck right now, I don't even know how the hell they're going to get my car out, because my car was literally parked in like the worst position ever, and it was sandwiched between two cars. Long story short, I end up leaving my car, taking an Uber home, and then going back for the car the next day. The next day, I really thought that the person in front of me and behind me would move, so I would be able to like call the tow truck and they can move it. But literally, I went back, the person still didn't move, so my car was still stuck in the same position. And during that time, I had so many clients booked up, and I literally had to cancel on all of them because of all this stupid car problems. So I was pissed. I was losing all the money. I'm having car problems. Like, when I say right now, I was just having the worst time of my life. My car needed a new battery, and like I said, I missed out on so much money during that time. So I was just like, oh my god, this is like more expenses, and right now like I'm short on funds because I basically had to cancel on like a few of my clients. So like now I have to spend more, and I don't even really have it right now. I end up asking PSYCH0 for the money, like the other half, to pay for the battery. He ends up sending it to me, and I end up getting the new battery for my car. That was pretty much what was going on. That was the bingo card of July. Now August flies in, and it's finally time for his grandfather's funeral. So we end up going to the funeral. Everything goes good. Go to the family events, all that good stuff. It's sad to say, but sometimes death does bring people close together. And during that period of time, he ended up getting rekindling things with his father. So when his grandfather passed away, that is when I started seeing the behavior changes. This guy really has an issue, like something's mentally wrong with him. He would just have like some outbursts out of nowhere. I was starting to get kind of scared being around this man because he just had really bad temper. Another thing that I found out about him, like, because through other people, the city I'm from, like, everybody knows everybody. So I've heard a few times, like, oh, he was kind of like in school back in the day, like he was quick tempered, like he was a little crazy, he was a little cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. But like, we all change. I know I'm not the same person that I was in high school. People change. But I really thought that maybe this guy would have changed because, you know, in the beginning he seemed very nice. He wasn't like a person that talked a lot. Like, that's what I liked about him. He was very calm, and like he just seemed like a chill, mellow person. But as I got to know him, I realized that was all an act. Like, the man is literally a real psychopath. Like, he was not calm or mellow. Like, he has issues. Yeah, I was just starting to get very uneasy being around him sometimes. Enjoyable, like when we used to hang out, it was not enjoyable to be around him sometimes. Some really psychotic things. Like, even one time he came to my place because I had to drop off something for my mom. I think we had to go somewhere. I think it was the wake for his grandfather before his grandfather's funeral. But we were running late on time. There's, you know, he comes in the house, he greets my mother and stuff, and because I wanted to get dressed because what I had on was not appropriate for the wake. This guy literally storms out my house. I finished get dressed and I head back downstairs to go to the car, and I noticed my elevator button is like broken. It looked like someone literally punched in the friggin' button, and I was just like, no, don't tell me this nigga broke the elevator button. Like, there's no way. We get in the car, we get into a little argument because I'm like, why did you do that? Like, there was no need to do that. Yelling at me, like, you screaming in my face. I'm like, what is wrong with you? I'm like, are you crazy? Was yelling in his face. I'm like, are you crazy? Are you crazy? Like I was, when I say I was so done with this nigga, like I was so done. Like, oh my gosh. I was like, after this funeral and stuff is done, like, I think I'm just gonna break up with this man because I'm not dealing with this kind of attitude. Like, it's just not happening. So I was really contemplating being with this man, but I just did not know how I was going to just leave the relationship because it was just such bad timing. Not only that, I was kind of scared. So one day, me and him ended up going out. We went out, got food, came back. This day I was feeling very experimental, so I was like, let's do edibles. This wasn't my first time doing edibles, but like today, that day I just felt like doing edibles. I was like, you know what, let's do edibles. That's what I'm saying. Like, y'all need to start staying tuned and tune in to my lives and stuff, because if you guys tune into my lives and certain videos I make, you guys will know that I told this story already. So basically, I took an edible, and while I was on the edible, I was having a super bad trip. So while I was on the edible, I literally had a vision. Like, I envisioned this man shooting me and trying to hide my body. I was so freaked out, and it didn't help that he started catching an attitude with me while I was on the edibles. So not only am I having this bad trip, this man is intensifying it by having an attitude with me. He had an attitude with me because I was on my phone giggling too much. So because I'm minding my business, giggling on my phone, texting my friend. This man literally assumed that I was like texting other niggas or on my phone talking to other niggas. Don't get me wrong, during this period I was like still communicating with a few others. I know that's wrong because, you know, I'm considered in a relationship, I shouldn't be talking, but at that moment I was not talking to anybody. I was literally talking to my friend, and we were just sending each other memes and funny stuff. This man started freaking out on me. He was like, "Are you stupid? You think I'm stupid?" So him freaking out on me did not help whatsoever. After him freaking out, I ended up having that vision. Everything was just like, it was just pushing me even closer to that door. When he freaks out on me, I'm just like, what is your problem? Like, I'm literally minding my business, like enjoying myself. I'm just high right now. And when he realized like I'm just really high, that's when he snaps out of it, apologizes, and tries to like comfort me because he's like, oh, I'm sorry, like I just didn't know what you were doing. Like, when I say he was just like giving me even more reason to break up with him, because he was just consistently doing things. If you think that was bad, this is when I really had to say to myself, like, Asha, what are you doing? Like, something's gotta give. Oh, this situation is when I was like out the door, and I said to myself, I'm not going back to this man. We end up going to like the seafood place. We go back to his place. Well, his friend's place, because at this time he was still staying at his friend's place, trying to find himself his own place. So I eat my food. I think he was like playing video games at the time, so he wasn't eating, but I was eating and minding my business. So he then decides to eat his food later on. I go to the bedroom, get comfortable. He then decides he's ready to eat. He goes, gets his food, comes back to the room, and comes onto the bed. Yeah, guys, my camera died once again. So let's just get over with this part one. We're on the bed. He decides to eat. He finally decides to eat, and then he comes into the bed. So he comes into the bed with the food, and he then wants to change something on the channel, or on the TV. Like I said, the remote was next to me. So instead of him just letting me take the remote and pass it to him, he decides to reach over while he's holding his food and take the remote from my side. I'm literally right next to the remote. All you have to say is, can you pass him the remote? But this guy just wanted to be an a-hole, and he was being like super fidgety for, I don't know why, because like I said, he just had behavioral issues. He was being super fidgety, so he just wanted to get the remote from me instead of like just ask me to pass him the remote. He reaches over to for the remote, and he ends up spilling his food. Whew, child. If the red flags was not flagging the whole time I was with this man, it was in my face that night. This man had a whole outburst, temper tantrum, like he was fuming. Yes, I understand you were hungry, you haven't ate. Anybody would be pissed, because trust me, the food that he bought was not cheap. Like, it was seafood, so you know it cost a good penny. The way he reacted was absolutely disgusting. He started tripping out. And I say this guy started cussing. He's like, I don't know who these bitches think they're playing with, blah 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 blah. And I say he's talking crazy, like this man's talking hella crazy. And I guess because I'm a type of person, like if I'm in a nervous situation sometimes, like I will awkwardly laugh. Like I will laugh in like awkward situations sometimes. Like, I felt really uncomfortable. Like when he dropped it, I was like, oh my gosh, I was like, oh my god. I don't know, I was like I probably was nervous laughing or something. He got super offended by that. Like, me doing that got him even more irritated. Like, he was like pissed. Like, these bitches think it's funny. And blah, 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 blah. And the whole time in my head, I'm like, who is bitches? Who is he talking about? Who are the itches that he's talking about? Because it can't be me. It can't be me. It can't be me he talking to like that. I tried to help him clean up the food because like I feel bad, like you spilled your food. He's like, don't touch it. He just doesn't want me anywhere near him at this point. Like, he's just flipping out. He's just going on and on and on and like getting disrespectful, and the stuff that was coming out of his mouth, I was like, no, this is unacceptable. I was like, who is this Negro talking to? Like, it can't be no way he talking to me like that. Like, ain't no way. So I'm like, I don't know who you're talking to. I get my bag because I brought like a little spend the night bag and pack up my stuff, and I'm like, I'm leaving. You think you're gonna talk to me like that? He then comes into the room while I'm taking my stuff, and he's like pulling on my bag like he doesn't want me to go. Like, he's like, where do you think you're going? I'm like, I'm leaving. Like, I'm not staying here. Who are you talking to? He's like, you're not going nowhere. What are you gonna do? I'm like, yes I am. What are you gonna do? And he's like grabbing my bag like he doesn't want me to take my stuff. I'm like, can you let go of my stuff? Can you let go of my stuff? I'm like, let go of my stuff. Like, let me go. He finally lets go and dipped. Like, when I say I did not hesitate one bit, I dipped out of there, because if you guys watch my previous story time, you know the experience that I had with my ex, and I am not trying to go through that for a second time. And the way he just reacted shows me exactly what type of person he is. Just like, yeah, I need to go. Deuces. I go to my car. I'm like in my car getting ready to go, and I see this guy like walking outside towards the door, and like he's hiding something. Like, he has something in the back of him. Like, he's walking towards the car, but he has something, and I don't know what he has like behind his back. It's like, I'm starting up my car. Like, I'm just starting up my car as fast as I can, and this man makes it to my car door, and he literally opens the door. And I'm like, leave me alone, leave me alone. He's like, where do you think you're going? Where do you think you're going? Like, leave me alone. Like, I'm freaking out at this point. Like, I'm totally freaking out. So I slammed the door like as fast as I can. Like, I slammed the door and I just skirt off. I was so scared. Like, I don't know what this man was gonna do. I knew he had something in his hand, but I just didn't know what. I'm gone. I'm out of here. While I'm driving back home, this man's like calling me. He's calling me. He's repeatedly calling me, and I'm like literally ignoring his phone call.